And
So for the first problem, we can first convert this cotangent to a cosine over sine. Then and then make the common denominator. Like this. And then the important thing is that denominator cannot be 0. So this means the sine theta cannot be 0. So the solution, if any solution makes sine theta 0, that cannot be the real solution. That's called the extraneous solution.
yeah.
And then to solve this equation, the numerator should be 0. So if we factor the numerator, we have this factoring. But because sine theta cannot be 0, we don't have to think of this one. That means cosine theta is 0 or 1. But the problem is, when cosine theta is 0, sine theta becomes 0. Sorry, when cosine theta is 1, when cosine theta is 1, sine theta is 0. So that means we should exclude this cosine theta is 1. That's called the extraneous solution. So in this case, the only solution is when cosine theta is 0, and uh, that means yep, so use your calculator. That means theta is cosine inverse of 0. What's the
Yeah.
cosine inverse of 0?
So
Yep. Did you find?
1.5.
Yeah, 1.5 means it's like pi over 2. Pi over 2 for radian. So
Yeah.
pi over 2 means for the general solution, we can add the multiple of pi to pi over 2. So the general solution for this equation is pi over 2 plus multiple of pi. And for the second equation, how can I
Yeah.
make? Yep. So once again, we need to make the common denominator to solve this equation. So once again, the cotangent theta cannot be 0. The denominator cannot be 0. And for the numerator, we can simplify the second term because cosine theta is, so cotangent theta is, am I right? Cotangent theta, yeah, cotangent theta is cosine over sine. So if we change cotangent theta to cosine over sine, we can cancel this sine theta, and then if we factor using cosine theta, this means cosine theta is 0 or sine theta is minus 1 over 2. So when cosine theta is 0, we already have the general solution, this one. But the problem is, when cosine theta is 0, cotangent theta is also 0. That means this cannot be the answer. That's the extraneous solution. So we cannot use this solution. So we need to find the theta when sine theta is equal to minus 1/2. So that means theta is inverse of sine inverse of a minus half. Yeah, find this value using calculator.
Okay.
Yep.
Sine inverse of minus 1 over 2.
Yep.
It's minus 0.5.
Minus 0.5 or something, right?
Yes.
So for the radian, it's like minus pi over 6. And then because the sine's period is 2 pi, we can add the multiple of 2 pi for this. And then there is another solution. Another solution means when you think of the case when sine theta is minus 1/2, sine value can be negative in the fourth quadrant and third quadrant, like this. So this minus pi over 6 means this angle is minus pi over 6. But there is another triangle like this. Another triangle means this angle indicates the pi plus pi over 6. So pi plus pi over 6 means 7 pi over 6. And then once again we can add the multiple of 2 pi. So another solution is 7 pi over 6 plus multiple of 2 pi. So in this case, these two things are the solution of the equation in B. So once again, be careful about these extraneous solutions. They cannot be the answer.